Watson.
I'm Trinity Watson.
This is the Darkslinger Mafia 31 Days of Halloween. Throughout the month of October, we're going to be taking a look at something horrific, scary, vampiric.
Gory.
Vampiric, because we keep looking at vampire books.
We can't help it.
Yep. Halloween-esque. This is Anne Rice's The Queen of the Damned, issue number 1 by Innovation. This was a 12-issue miniseries. Right off the bat, this is an awesome painted cover. I love this thing. I can even overlook the mullet hairstyle of the time period. I think all Innovation comics were fully painted.
Really?
Yeah, I could be wrong. I don't know that absolutely every single thing they did. They had a superhero comic called Hero Alliance, and even it was a fully painted book.
Oh, okay.
So they did adaptations of other things that you may know from popular media. You're way too young to know Beauty and the Beast, that Linda Carter and Ron Perlman were in.
Yeah.
But it was a pretty popular show when I was 7, 8, 9. And there's an Innovation comic of that too. I think there might actually be a couple of that. And those are fully painted. I think everything they did was. So in the indicia, it says number 1 of 12. I find that an interesting way to say how much is going to be. But they actually sold subscriptions.
Oh.
Subscriptions shipped flat in envelopes, $3.50 per issue, or $42 for all 12 issues, including postage.
Huh.
Yeah. Interesting way to sell it, how they just put it in the indicia.
Yeah.
How would you even know where to send the money to?
Right?
It's kind of interesting. Yeah. So, back to the comic. What do you think of the silhouette here?
I'm kind of mixed about it, because on one hand, I like it a lot, but on the other hand, I think it could be doing a little bit...
I think it could be doing a lot better of a job. That's probably my least favorite thing in the whole comic, honestly.
Yeah.
So the words are by Cynthia J. Wood. Paintings are by Scott Moulter. Letters, Vicki Williams. And edits, David Campiti. And it's, of course, adapted from the novel by Anne Rice. Mm-hmm. Oh, the cover painting is by Derek Gross Sr. So the cover was painted by somebody different. I thought it looked different. It begins with Lestat. And in my opinion, this is how Lestat should look.
Yeah.
Should not look like Tom Cruise. Should not look like... Is the guy's name Stuart Townsend?
I'm not sure.
Well, he shouldn't look like Stuart Townsend.
Yeah.
He should sound like Jonathan Davis, though. I'm perfectly fine with him sounding like Jonathan Davis. Mm-hmm. But this character looks like how Anne Rice described him in the books. I like that.
Yeah.
And Lestat is just kind of giving you a quick breakdown on what's happened if you've never read the Interview with the Vampire or the Vampire Lestat books, which both come before the Queen of the Damned.
Yeah.
And basically what's happened is that Louis did an interview with a mortal and Lestat became a rock star.
Yeah.
And so it goes on to talk about how Lestat has been calling out the king and the queen of vampire kind in his songs, and the other vampires are coming together to try and kill him. Mm-hmm. The 2 vampires that are standing with him are Gabrielle and Louis, and the trio of them managed to kill the other vampires that came after him. So all the paintings are really effective, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, they're beautifully done.
I would love to see process stuff behind stuff like this. Because I wonder, do they do small paintings and then arrange them on the page, or is this just one solid canvas that they're working with?
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to actually see something like that. I like the fact that the border is broken by the queen's arm. Mm-hmm. That works quite well. This skeleton is obnoxiously huge, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm okay with it overall because the painting looks good enough. But yeah, like, why is this skeleton 12 times the size of the other vampires?
Don't know. Rule of cool, I guess.
And then we have a breakdown on what's happened in the other books.
I wish they did a different color for the
Yeah, I
writing.
can see that. It's
a little bit hard to read.
it's unusual how this is just done on like a graffitied wall. I guess it's supposed to look like the bathroom at one of the clubs Lestat is playing at.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's what it is, but I don't know. It doesn't really explain why it's necessary to be on like red brick.
Yeah.
But all the same, here's what you need to know if you've never read Anne Rice's books or the other Innovation adaptations, which is basically Louis did the Interview with the Vampire, which has been published in their world is Interview with the Vampire. The vampire Lestat is a brat prince who has met with the king and queen and has decided he's going to try and wake them up by making music that's reaching out to them. And his exploits have been published now in The Vampire Lestat, which is making everyone really pissed off because Louis divulged all their secrets and Lestat is now bringing them totally to light. Though, as far as people know, it's just books, right?
Right.
And then the Vampire Lestat's music is at all the record stores and being played all over the radio waves. Basically, Lestat conquered music in like 5 seconds. So then we get Maurice, who is doing some research on the newer vampires. And he, if you don't know who he is, he's the guardian for the king and queen.
Okay, yeah.
The king and queen aren't just mentioned in Vampire Lestat and the Queen of the Damned. They're also mentioned in like the Pandora books and stuff like that. Have you read any of the Anne Rice books?
I've only read Interview with a Vampire. I haven't read anything else other than that.
Okay. Yeah, so eventually they even cross over with like the Mayfair Witches, the Witching Hour books. Yeah, they go on quite a ways. I think Innovation only did, I think they might have done like 5 or 6. They might have a few Witching Hour adaptations, come to think of it. So that's obviously like photostated, but what do you think of it?
I really like all of this layout and everything. I think it's effective with the painterly style.
I think it is too. I think it is too. I think it looks great. Interesting thing here. When did this come out?
I'm not sure.
So this was published, where is the date at? 1970s, 1991. So this predates the Interview with the Vampire movie, right? But the reporter in that, who, if I recall correctly, does eventually get turned into a vampire by either Louis or Lestat. The reporter in is played by Christian Slater, who's an actor you may not know, right?
Right.
But this guy right here looks like he could be referenced from that actor. I don't think it's supposed to be... They wouldn't have known that Christian Slater was playing the reporter at this time period, because that movie's still a couple years off. But yeah, it's kind of funny that he's supposed to be a new vampire and he looks like the guy who would end up playing that role. So yeah, Maurice is searching for answers and he watches Lestat's music video. And in Lestat's music video, he just boldly puts the king and queen right in it. And this is actually a scene that's from the Vampire Lestat. The king hadn't moved since the Roman era. And something Lestat did triggered the king and queen to move.
Oh.
And the king grabbed Lestat by the throat.
Oh, okay.
And could have ended him right there if he wanted to.
Yeah.
So yeah, he then is getting some sort of information from this woman, I'm not sure what. But drinks her blood and then heals it. And tells her she's not going to remember. And then he goes back and starts watching things, and basically he's trying to figure out where the king and queen had been moved to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's trying to track them down. He's been the keeper of them since like Christianity began.
Okay.
And he doesn't know where they've been taken to. Because if I recall correctly, Lestat took them or something like that.
Yeah, because he's a dick.
Yeah, there's something that happens in the Vampire Lestat. I just don't remember what it is. But he's looking for them. Maurice is looking for them. So, yeah, his mullet.
Well, it's got to be one of the worst hairstyles.
Yeah, I can't believe that thing is making a comeback. If you're listening to this and you have a mullet and you take offense to that, I don't care. Just to let you know. So, yeah, then he sees the king, and the king is turned to glass.
Yeah, which is really well done for this.
Yeah, it's really cool. The whole thing is that the king and queen die. The vampires think they all die with them, right?
Okay, yeah.
They're the originators of all vampire blood. So, therefore, they'll die if they die. But here, the king has been turned to glass, and then he falls and shatters.
Yeah.
And he didn't die. So, obviously, the king wasn't the originator, the queen was. But Maurice is trying to figure out who could have done this. Well, the only one who could have would have been the queen. She's the only thing stronger than the king. So she decides not to eat him. Apparently she got all the sustenance she needed from eating her husband.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm not really sure what's happening in this page.
I think she buries him in snow somehow. She has.
Is it supposed to be snow, or is it just that she's just bringing the house down completely?
I'm not sure. It looks like snow to me.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that is.
It's not beyond vampires to have weather powers in fiction.
Right. Akasha had more powers than the other vampires did too. Later on, Lestat has powers that not even Akasha has.
Interesting.
It's because, so it's spoilery for the books that come along past this one, but hey, if you're watching this, you don't care about spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
He drinks the blood of Jesus.
Oh, okay.
So when he does, he gains all sorts of powers that the other vampires don't have.
Okay.
But then we're met with a old guy who's having dreams of twins.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what this part is about. I know I've read the book, The Queen of the Damned, but I do not remember what this is referencing. It's been too many years.
Yeah. It's a very interesting sequence, though.
Yeah. Someone who's clearly a vampire, I'm going to say by the way her eyes look, has hired him to constantly search for something. And now he's seen it in his dreams, and he's dying, and he needs her to come, but she's not going to come in time.
Yeah, Nurse thinks he's asking for his daughters.
No, I think that is his daughter, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
I think that's his daughter, and she knows who he's asking for because this woman has been the patron for her whole life. But she doesn't know what it means that he's left behind in the jungle walking.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he's talking about the queen, because I think what happened before is that they were still in their tomb, and that's how they escaped Maurice's custody. Was by the queen drained the king after Lestat came to see them, and then she just simply got up and started walking out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, Maurice is a shitty bodyguard.
Yeah, and then we're introduced to what I think is a new vampire gang. I don't think this one existed in Lestat. I know it did in an Interview with Vampire. And they're kind of like a vampire biker gang almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, did you read this as she had like a back alley abortion, or what do you think this is supposed to be?
I honestly don't know.
I love the way that they interplayed between black borders and white borders on this, by the way. It's really effective to separate out this particular style of painting.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the only thing I can think that she's bleeding out from what she says.
Yeah.
Whatever the case, the guy from the Fang gang, and yeah, that's their name. Because you got to remember, the vampire books are quite old.
Yeah.
He decides to turn her into a vampire. And then they take her to a socialite vampire gathering, telling her to stay away from them because these are basically the pretentious asshole vampires who think you have to have permission to change people. So these guys are clearly the sons and daughters of Lestat, whether they mean to be or not. Because they're all preaching the same sort of shit that Lestat preached in the Interview with Vampire books and Vampire Lestat books. So this right here, this is literally the cover to the paperback that would have existed of Vampire Lestat at that time.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that they used that in there. I love that the book actually exists within the world. This page,
both of them exist is awesome.
This one did confuse me to a degree. I don't know who the twins are with the meatballs or whatever that's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then I thought she's talking about how her parents were kind of abusive. And basically she's come back here to settle her differences with them before she goes on to this new vampiric life is kind of what I got, right?
Right.
But I thought this was her dad laying on the couch.
Yeah.
I did not read that as her mom. Especially since she's talking in those panels about how lazy her mom is.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they keep some really weird shit on there.
Yeah, they do.
It's a coffee table with little crosses, seashells, and a iron on it.
Yeah.
It's a weird combo. But she picks up the iron and beats her mom into oblivion.
Mm-hmm.
And then dad comes home and he's going to take care of her, but he doesn't realize, she's a vampire. She's going to kill your ass.
Mm-hmm.
And then it ends with her walking the bike away.
Yeah.
So, and then the ads here. So, the Vampire Companion, that is an Anne Rice thing. That's another Anne Rice thing they did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they did Phantom of the Opera. And I knew they did Psycho. Actually, I have a couple of issues of Psycho comics they did.
Oh.
I didn't know they did a Phantom of the Opera one, though. I don't own that one.
I'm going to have to hunt it down.
Yeah, I'm going to have to hunt that down, too. And yeah, they did a Nightmare on Elm Street one. Nightmares on Elm Street.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure everything you see here is painted.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a Child's Play graphic novel they did.
Oh.
I'd definitely be interested in taking a look, not just at more of the Anne Rice stuff, though, but the innovation stuff in general. I think they're an interesting company.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Not Intended for Children is on the back cover.
Yeah, I personally put that on the front cover if I put it on my comic, but still good
Yeah,
to have it on there.
I do have to say, though, like, I don't know if they get worse in the comic, but this is a very good adaptation. But it is more of a sanitized adaptation,
Yeah.
too. So I'd probably be a whole lot less pissed over my 11-year-old getting their hands on this than I would be the actual Queen of the Damned book.
Right, because Anne Rice can get really raunchy.
Really raunchy, yeah. And so, like, there's nothing in here. This is sanitized. Like, I can understand why they put not made for kids on the back. I would have put meant for mature audiences as well. Mm-hmm. But this doesn't read like it's that mature of a book. Like, yeah, this is something that middle schoolers could probably have no problem, honestly. Yeah. But what did you think?
I think it was really good. Really solid first issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a little bit confusing if you've never encountered any of Anne Rice's writing before, but
I think they did a good job recapping everything.
Yeah.
You may not know who Maurice is, but that is one of the things she does in her book, so too, is that she'll just kind of casually mention the other vampires, stuff like that. Like Pandora is mentioned in this in just one caption.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Pandora actually plays a role at all in the Queen of the Damned books. I don't remember if she does or not. If she does, it's minuscule, I want to say. But who knows? I could be wrong on that. I might be misremembering. In any case, Maurice, I could see not knowing who Maurice was. It took me a minute to decide. I thought he was Armand at first.
Yeah.
And then I read a little bit more and I was like, nah, this is Maurice. But I'm also familiar with this world already going into this.
Right.
So I get what you mean, but basically my point is I don't think you'll be any more confused picking this up fresh as you would picking up the Queen of the Damned fresh.
Yeah.
I think you'd have the same level of confusion if you were picking up her book or the comic adaptation.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You got anything else?
No.
All right, let's go make some comics. Looking for something to read this Halloween season? Darkslinger Comics has you covered. Check out Ghost Assassin, a supernatural crime comic. Issue number 1 is currently available in a color edition as well as a limited edition black and white raw copy that features Joel Kotajar's pencils and the lettering only. There's also a raw edition available for issue number 2. We're currently completing the inks and coloring stages on issue number 2. Can't wait to read it? You can pick up the A story in the cards as a mini comic. Issue number 3 is also available in the raw edition. Vampires more your thing? Check out Chronicles of Von Helsing. This story features the world's oldest blood feud, the Von Helsings versus vampire kind. Issue number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are all available, as well as the Sally mini comic and the newest addition to the Chronicles Von Helsing lineup, Blood Will Out by Tony Morgan. This is the last time Chronicles Von Helsing issues number 1 through 5 in the Sally special will be offered in this format. We're almost sold out of the remaining copies. The next time it sees print is going to be as a colored edition hardcover. Vampires and supernatural crime not your thing? Check out Who Will Save the World. All of these issues are available online on Darkslinger.com, on our eBay store. You can order digital editions through our Patreon. Most of the comics mainstream spinner racks have these titles in stock as well. Are you a retailer and you're interested in stocking Darkslinger products? Get a hold of Comics Mainstream. Comics Mainstream is the exclusive distributor for Darkslinger Comics.